Okay, we'll begin in just a couple of seconds. We'll let the remaining people sit so that we can commence our celebration/ceremony. Great, thank you. My name is Madeline Buck, and I am more than honored to be the MC for this today's special event. To begin, I call upon Rebecca Boyer, the Nursing Undergraduate Student Society Indigenous Representative, to provide the land acknowledgement.
Okay. So McGill University is located on land which has long served as a site of meeting and exchange amongst Indigenous peoples, including the Haudenosaunee and Anishinaabeg nations. McGill honors, recognizes, and respects these nations as the traditional stewards of the lands and waters on which we meet today. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. This ceremony was established several years ago to affirm the Ingram School of Nursing's faculty and student commitment to the nursing profession and to the personal and collective roles that we play in maintaining the highest standards in fulfilling our social contract with society. To begin, I would like to welcome the 142 BNI students into your U2 year of study. Now, where are the BNI students seated? Many of you are from the McGill Anglophone CEGEP Consortium, what we here at McGill fondly call the MAC. And several of you are from other Quebec nursing CEGEP programs, other university consortia such as the University of Montreal, Laval, Sherbrooke, and Quebec. To each of you, I guess better go over there because that's where you're all sitting. To each of you, thank you for choosing, first, to continue your nursing education. And second, given the many other deck-back options that you had available to you here in Quebec, we thank you for joining our option here at McGill. So welcome. We welcome the 119 BScN U1 class of 2022. And where are they? Are you all? There, I see some. Just raise your hand so we can see who you are. We needed one more for 120, but anyway, close enough. Thank you for choosing nursing. And of all the nursing programs here in Quebec, Canada, and the rest of the world, we thank you for opting to study here with us at McGill University. You range from high school and CEGEP graduates to students from other nursing programs in Quebec who've transferred into our program, and as well, several science students here at McGill who've now transferred into nursing science. So we welcome you. And we'd love to hear those of you who've transferred from other nursing programs, what you think about ours at the end of the year. We welcome the 17 qualifying year direct entry master's students. Now, where are you sitting? Welcome. Thank you for wanting to build on your previous degree and study in the only graduate level entry to practice program of its kind in Canada. You join a cohort of graduate students in a range of areas, including advanced clinical practice, nursing services, administration, global health, and of course our nurse practitioners in the mental health, neonatology, acute pediatrics, and primary care streams. So welcome. Who's not here are all of our other graduate students and the other students in other years, for a total of 908 students currently studying in the Ingram School of Nursing. That includes our PhDs and our postdocs. So what a critical mass you're joining, and what a difference you can and will make in our healthcare system here in Quebec, likely the rest of Canada, and who knows, internationally and globally. You're entering on the cusp of our 100th anniversary. Starting in 2022, preparations are already underway for a series of lovely celebrations that we hope that you will all participate. Of note is the courage that your nursing undergraduate society has taken in offering to host all of the other Canadian nursing students across the country to join the CNSA in their annual conference that will be held here in January 2020, so that we hope as many of you as possible will help support them and take advantage of that lovely conference. And to family and friends and faculty, anyone joining us through live streaming, we welcome you and hope that you enjoy the ceremony. And we wish you could have joined us for some wine and cheese, but maybe pour yourself a glass when we start our celebrations at that point. We have a distinguished panel of speakers here to welcome you and to participate in this professionalism ceremony. We have Dr. Gagnon, Anita Gagnon, Associate Dean, Faculty of Medicine, Director of the Ingram School of Nursing. We have Dr. Annette Mayamer, who is the Vice Dean, Education, Faculty of Medicine, and she's representing David Eidelman, who is the Dean of our faculty. We have Dr. Susan French, Emeritus Professor and former Director of the School of Nursing, and we have Dr. Franco Carnevale, Professor in the Ingram School of Nursing. And a special guest, and maybe he wouldn't mind standing, he's not giving a speech, but maybe he can stand, is Richard Ingram, who is obviously the Ingram of the Ingram School of Nursing. Thank you very much. His wife, Satoko Ingram, is not here today, but we wish her well. She's somewhere else. Oh, she's working elsewhere. My goodness, okay. Also here to welcome you are several faculty members who are sitting in the front rows. Maybe they can just show their hands so that you know who they are. You've likely already met some of them in your classes. And this event would not be happening without the support of our Nursing Student Affairs Office under the leadership of Margie Gabriel, who is over there, right, still dealing with some last-minute events, and our Communications Officer, Oscar Morales, who is right over here. So I welcome the members of our panel to come up and say your words to as participants in our lovely celebration today. Thank you.
Wow, it's quiet. It's great. Just out of curiosity, how many people did anything about the environment last week? Did anybody go? Oh, okay, lots of people went on the march. How was that? Yeah. Crowded. That's a great thing. So it's excellent that we were able to show some solidarity with an important event happening in the world, and that's the March for the Environment. So it's always nice to see new faces in the room, and it's nice to hear about the various programs that you're in. It's an important event, the professionalism ceremony, a key event, where we are going to be reciting together an oath to professionalism in our practice as nurses and future nurses. I'd like to take a moment to thank the faculty and staff behind the planning and coordination of this event. Some people have already been named, but I do want to give a special appreciation to Leah. Where's Leah? Who was extremely enthusiastic about such an event when I very first started a few years ago. And the enthusiasm seems to remain. So that's quite nice to see. Other people have already been named, but I'll name them again, and that would be our Student Affairs team headed by Margie Gabriel, Madeline Buck, who is the MC for today's ceremony, and to Franco for his upcoming address. And then, of course, the other faculty members who you see in different spots around the room. As you know, we have special guests, and I did want to just draw your attention to the name of the clinical labs, which is this Satoko Shibata Clinical Nursing Laboratories, and that then is Mr. Ingram, Richard Ingram's wife, and it's too bad she can't be here with us today. You're the first group coming in to the program where you actually see that title and that label for our lab, and we're really thankful for all the support from her and from Mr. Ingram. And then one other thing I'd like to say about Dr. French. Dr. French is here, and she'll be speaking to you in a few minutes. Dr. French was a director of the school, and a fantastic director at that. That was a couple of years ago. We won't go to how many years ago. But the fantastic thing for us now is that she continues to contribute to the work of the school, both in her implications in the collaborative project, which is ongoing, and in partnership with our several clinical partners, but also just a great resource for us in terms of general expertise in nursing, in education, and in administration. So someone who I enjoy very much spending time with. So I just wanted to let you know these special things about the people that we have in the room, some of the people we have in the room. So for the BScN, BNI, and qualifying year students, you're here to make a pledge today. You're embarking, some of you, on clinical studies for the first time, and certainly within the educational programs of the Ingram School of Nursing. Whatever the case might be, providing providing care in the clinical settings, whether that's in a hospital or in the communities, and for some of you actually in the homes of individuals, it's an experience that can really have a huge impact on you. These people are allowing you into the most private aspects of their lives and letting you to see them in their most vulnerable moments. And it's quite a privilege for us to be allowed to do that and often welcomed to do that as nurses. As you encounter each new experience and your careers and futures take place, remember the value that you have in the health system, your individual value as a nurse going in to provide the care that you do in the healthcare system. A 2017 Canada-wide poll cites nurses as the country's most trusted professional. And we have heard that on other occasions, and it's been cited in other surveys. I've mentioned this in orientations before today, that nurses provide 90% of all healthcare services worldwide. Think about that. 90% of all healthcare services worldwide. So you have an important role to play, a key role to play in the healthcare system. And you can play that role in many different areas and in many different places around the world. No other healthcare professional has such a broad and far-reaching role. And so hopefully you are and can feel proud to be here in this room today, to be joining the profession of nursing. Our school is turning 100. You've heard that already. We'll be celebrating a century's worth of leadership, progress, and advancement in nursing education, and we have a group of individuals who are working on those celebrations. And certainly through your members of your executives, if you would like to give some ideas for us going forward, you could share what you think might be a great thing to do to celebrate our 100th anniversary. On that note, I would like to thank you for choosing our school, and I wish each and every one of you continued success on your academic journey. And now I'd like to welcome Dr. Annette Mainemer to say a few words. Merci.
Thank you, Anita. So I'm Annette Mainemer. I'm the inaugural Vice Dean of Education in the Faculty of Medicine, and I'm here on behalf of Dr. Eidelman, the Dean of the Faculty of Medicine and the Vice Principal of Health Affairs. It's really a privilege and a pleasure to be here with you today and to celebrate this important milestone together with you. I'm really pleased to be here especially with Anita and Madeline, who I collaborate with very closely in my role, and I really appreciate their dedication to McGill and to the school and their level of interprofessional education and collaborative spirit. It's really, really appreciated. I also want to acknowledge Mr. Ingram, who is a staunch supporter of the school, of the nursing profession, and the important role that you play in the healthcare system, and Dr. French, who is a past faculty member and importantly a director of the school, which is a very difficult job, but a very important one for the school. So a rite of passage is a ritual event that marks an individual's progress from one status to another. So this professionalism ceremony is an important rite of passage for you in your training as nurses. This ceremony marks the important transition from university-based education to clinical training under the supervision of expert clinicians in the healthcare system. So for the BScN and MSc students, those in this group here, this is when you will take what you have learned in the classroom and begin to apply it and practice it for the first time in the real world of healthcare. For the BNI students, you have already had this opportunity and this responsibility, but now you'll take what you've learned to advance your knowledge and skills to a new level. You will soon begin this very important and vital stage of training as future health professionals as you begin your clinical placements. You have acquired important foundation knowledge and practical skills from your dedicated faculty members, framed by a strengths-based nursing approach. You have been very fortunate to be learning in an environment at McGill, which is state-of-the-art in terms of facilities at the Sherbrooke and your new location on Sherbrooke, including the Sokoto Shibata Clinical Learning Laboratories, which is really an impressive place to learn. While classroom learning is important, it's only in the clinical context that you can successfully learn how to apply that knowledge in real-life practice. Your professors expect you to embrace the attributes of professionalism that they have taught you, to respect and value your professional colleagues, to be passionate, compassionate, honest, and ethical with your patients, to communicate effectively with your team members, with patients, and with families, and to consider cultural context and the unique needs and priorities of each one of your patients. Professional training and professional development is a lifelong quest. This ceremony marks an important phase in this process, but this process never ends. We all continue to learn and apply new knowledge. You should always strive to do better for your patients, to be evidence-based, and to be client-centered, capitalizing on all that you learn every day and everything that you experience along the way. This is really a wonderful opportunity for me to acknowledge and thank your faculty, your teachers, your clinical education coordinators, your school's administrators, and your academic leaders. They each play pivotal roles in your education. We are very indebted to them for their level of commitment and their leadership, their effective teamwork with our clinical partners, and their innovation and their resourcefulness. So congratulations to all of you as you embark on this very important phase of your development as a nurse. Congratulations.
First of all, I'm just delighted to be here and to see such a large group. I was at the school, and the number of students entering in any one of the programs was considerably smaller at that time. So congratulations to you and to the school and the faculty for having so many here today. And I'd like to talk just a little bit about what nursing is like when I look back on it in terms, I'm not going to give you a history of nursing, but from my perspective, I think nursing is a wonderful profession. And don't ever accept the fact when someone says, oh, you should have gone into medicine, or you should be something else other than nursing, because you are so bright, you are so good. Well, that's what nurses need, that's nursing. So first of all, stay with the profession and enjoy it, because nursing it has evolved over the years, and it is in terms of what's happening today, we know the technology is improving so quickly. It's going to be a really wonderful time to be in nursing, but it's also going to be challenging for you. that there'll be times when you will feel discouraged and you would like to leave nursing. And one of my messages to you is be aware that change takes time. It does, very often it doesn't happen overnight. And I'll use the nurse practitioner program. I think back, the first nurse practitioner program was started at McMaster in the 1960s. I think it was 62. And it was subjected to rigorous evaluation by epidemiologists who showed the value of nurse practitioners to the healthcare system and the acceptance of nurse practitioners by the general public. Would you believe it is now, what year? 2019? And we are still being queried about why we need nurse practitioners. And I'm living in a province at the moment where they don't want nurse practitioners. And it is really depressing at times. You really think, what's wrong with us? But we will get there. I know they'll have nurse practitioners in Nova Scotia before I give up. And I'm not telling you what year that is, but anyway, so that's one thing. But it just takes time. And the other thing, the other message I'd like to talk about is the whole area of learning and maintaining your focus on the patient. I know previous speakers mentioned this, but the patients and their families are the most important people in your roles. And the technology will be intriguing. The experiences that you have, particularly in the hospital setting or even in the home, and you may get so caught up with the technology that you forget that there's a patient, a person at the end. And I would ask you to try to think of ways of dealing with not only the technology, but some of the stresses in the work situation. And there is stress. I happen to be developed a tool, my God, that was in the late 80s. We developed a tool for measuring stress experienced by nurses in the work situation. I can't believe that tool is being listed now as one of the major research instruments around the world. And I think, what's wrong with it? That tool should have been redesigned years ago. But anyway, but it just shows you that there's still tremendous stress out in the environment. And sometimes when we're subjected to stress, we forget that, that we have to keep in mind the patient. And we have to develop mechanisms as well of dealing with stress. And we have to learn different ways. What's stressful for you for me is going to be different for you. So, and it's that work. And I know myself, when I went into nursing, I went into a diploma program at the hospital. Well, about 4 months later, I was in an observation room in the operating room, looking down at a patient being operated on, and I almost went into shock, literally. I was feeling so faint, I was perspiring, I was just a mess. And I thought, this is it, I have to leave nursing. And then I thought, no, I'll be damned if I'll leave nursing. I have to overcome this. And I learned to control that and still keep the patient in perspective. But periodically during my nursing career, I would suddenly experience almost the same phenomena, and the most ridiculous one, I was in an outpatient clinic and a construction worker came in. He had injured his finger. Just a simple little injury to his finger. I almost fainted. And I thought, oh, it's back. But again, you learned it's a depersonalization, but I kept the patient in mind. The other thing is in terms of your career in nursing is going to be in terms of you have to achieve a balance, and everyone tells you this, I'm sure. Achieve a balance between work, study, and play and life. You are not going to be particularly useful to anyone if your whole attention all the time is on work. You have to learn to have a balance in life because you are going to be subjected to situations that are highly stressful, very upsetting to you, and if you don't have some outlets outside of work, you will likely find that you will have some maybe major problems in health yourself. So we know this. It's not peculiar to nursing. It's any of the health professions. I was just reading an article the other day about paramedics. They're saying paramedics are experiencing post-stress traumatic disorders. And I thought, but that's nurses. That's everyone in the healthcare system. So I would ask you to really enjoy life, and particularly in Montreal and at McGill. There are just so many things. So participate in them. And those who it's your first time here, you know you're going to be reinventing yourself, you're going to immerse yourself, you're going to make new friends, and but hopefully you will learn and acquire the ability to maintain a balance between work and life. And I wish you every success in your future careers as nursing, and I can tell you it's been a wonderful career. I've certainly been in many, many countries. I've experienced nursing in other countries, and everywhere I go, despite the worst situations, you find that it's a very satisfying career, that regardless of where they're practicing, that nurses are making major contributions and are very happy. And Franco, I hope I didn't go over into your 4 minutes.
It's truly an honor to address you today during this wonderful ceremony. C'est un grand honneur de vous entretenir aujourd'hui au cours de cette merveilleuse ceremony. Today, you will pledge your commitment to nursing and to the persons, families, and communities that you'll work with. For those of you who've already completed nursing preparation in our CEGEP programs, today you'll be renewing your pledge to our profession, our wonderful profession, as you also commit to further developing your knowledge and your practice, and we're very happy that you've decided to further your studies with us. As I look at all of you today, I remember when I started on my path to becoming a nurse. In 1975, I was a first-year student in our BScN program here at McGill. Little did I know about the tremendous opportunities and indescribable experiences nursing would offer me. To this day, because I still do clinical consultations, to this day, I cherish the many opportunities that I have to do such rewarding work. I've identified the early signs of sepsis, widespread infection, in a child and initiated interventions that I know saved that child's life. I've taken care of older adults and did all that I could to help maintain their dignity and their well-being as they faced difficult health problems. I've been at the bedside with a sick child, with a dying adult, and I felt overwhelming emotions as I've tried to accompany them and their families in the face of life's most difficult challenges. I've smiled and I've laughed with the people that I've cared for, and I've been sad and I've cried oh so many times. All of this I've done alongside other amazing nurses and other amazing professionals with whom I've collaborated to do this difficult work. None of us can do this alone. Many of these experiences are tough, really tough. Some people might consider them awful. But as a nurse, I experience them in a special way. I have felt honored, deeply privileged to be a part of these people's lives. So many people have shared their most personal and intimate experiences with me in ways that have awakened me to the many dimensions of human life. My experiences have helped me be a better nurse. They've helped me be a better person. Nursing is not what I do, it's who I am. I am a nurse. So what does it mean to be a nurse? Well, nursing is not just an occupation. Nursing is a profession. You're becoming professionals. As professionals, we have obligations to the persons that we care for, their families, communities, and our broader society. And we also have obligations toward nursing, our profession. Being a professional implies many things. In a legal sense, we have to be registered with l'Ordre des infirmières et infirmiers du Québec. Becoming a member of the order means that I've successfully completed the required education in nursing and that I've passed the order's licensing exam, and that I've remained in good standing by not violating the order's professional standards. I have to continually conduct myself in a professional manner that merits my recognition by the order as a licensed professional nurse. On this road to registration as a nurse, you'll be starting with your registration as a nursing student with the order. This authorizes you to engage in the clinical activities that you'll need to become a nurse, and for the BNI students to further develop your nursing. But being a professional means much more than being legally registered. Being a professional entails a personal commitment. I'm always a nurse. When a passenger on a metro has an unstable airway because he's having a seizure, at a public meeting where a health concern in the community is being discussed, and even in my personal life, at social events and on social media, I'm always a nurse. Je dois toujours agir d'une façon qui démontre les valeurs et la dignité de ma profession. La confiance est un élément très important d'être infirmière ou infirmier. The survey organization Gallup has conducted annual surveys since 1999 to ask Americans to rate the honesty and ethics of various professions. Nurses have topped the list every year since 1999, with the exception of 2001, when firefighters were first for their work during the 9/11 attacks. That's how outstanding our trust is with the public. This public trust should never be taken for granted or abused. Ceci est une confiance que nous avons méritée, mais que nous devons continuellement conserver. Good nursing is based on values. Values that come from many sources. For example, the ethical duties stipulated in the Code of Ethics for Nurses in Quebec are based on foundational nursing values such as integrity, respect for the client, professional autonomy, professional competence, excellence in care, professional collaboration, and humanity. These values help define the moral foundations of nursing as a profession. At the Ingram School of Nursing, we've built on these general values to develop a more specific conception of professional nursing practice. Under the leadership of Dr. Lori Gottlieb, our school has articulated a vision for strengths-based nursing based on 8 underlying values. Moreover, we should practice our profession with a strong commitment to interprofessional collaboration to help ensure that persons, families, and communities that we work with can rely on the richest possible complementarity and synergy that can only come through deeply engaged and respectful partnerships among the health professions. During your education here, there may be times when you will experience moral distress, when you may feel really bad because you feel impeded, you feel barriers that impede you from acting in a right way. Moral distress is a real and serious concern in nursing. It signals that as nurses, we sometimes confront difficult obstacles in our practice, but it also reveals our conscience is engaged in the moral significance of our work. We experience moral distress because what we do matters. If you ever experience moral distress, please speak with us, your teachers, because we want to understand what you're experiencing as a student, and we want to work with you to help you find effective and respectful strategies for moving forward. More than 40 years have passed since I completed my BScN studies here at McGill, and I remain equally, if not even more, deeply committed to nursing. I hope for you today, and in the many years that follow, that you can feel the pride, devotion, the passion that I feel when I say, I am a nurse. I salute you as you pledge your commitment to this beautiful profession, nursing. Thank you.
Thank you, speakers. So now we move to the part of the ceremony where you actually do receive your pin and the recitation of the oath. You all have your envelopes, and with your 2 pins in case you lose one. But that's a concern, because if you lose one, then somebody could actually put your pin on and impersonate you, so keep tabs of that. Okay. Okay, so just a comment on the pin. The pin identifies, there's 2 identifiers that are of important significance on your pin. One is the McGill martlet, the McGill logo, the McGill symbol, that will clearly identify you as a McGill student and all of the expectations that come with being a student at McGill, regardless of what program that you are in. All of our colleagues in the Faculty of Medicine have the same name pin design, and so on looking at you at first, they could think you are in any program, and they will treat you as a McGill representative. The other identifying factor on the pin is your full name and what you represent, student in nursing, nursing student. And by virtue of that pin, you'll be recognized publicly as a student studying at McGill, which will now represent both McGill and the School of Nursing in the expectations that all of the people that you work with will have. It is a public display. So how we will proceed is you will be called, we will proceed with the various groups. We proceed with the qualifying students, the direct entry master's qualifying students first, followed by the Bachelor of Science in Nursing students, followed by the Bachelor of Nursing integrated. We're going to sort of go like a wave so that we can proceed accordingly. There will be various faculty members on stage to both call your names and have their photo taken with you. I'll introduce them all now so that you can put a name to a face, so that when you're up here, you know who you're actually meeting with. We'll have Professor José Bonneau, who will be on stage. She's the Associate Director of Undergraduate Programs and Entry to Practice Educational Programs. We have Professor Antonia Arnart, right here, who's the Director of the Graduate Program. Maria DeFeo, the Assistant Graduate Program Director. We have Professor Melanie Gauthier, who is the BNI Program Director. And we have Professor Leah Sanzoni, who is the BScN Assistant Program Director. And I'll also be present. I'm the Director of the Bachelor of Science, the BScN program. And we have various faculty members will rotate as they read your names. They've done their best to go over all of the lists of names. If you have a particular pronunciation of your name, you might just whisper it in their ear as you come up, so that that'll help them in that whole process. So I welcome the first of my colleagues who will be calling the qualifying direct entry master's students up. So have your name pins. And then you'll be called, and then you will stand with your respective program directors for a photo, which is why we all dressed up today. And those photos will be made available to you and for souvenirs. And we will commence with that right now. So here we go. You're naming them. Okay, very good.
You ready? Are you ready? So, hold on. Yeah. We'll just wait until they're ready to go. Reminder. Bindra. We're ready? So we are going to begin. Our first student is Raminder Bindra. Followed by Corey Berger. Christina Dada. Chiara Di Giovanni. Kimberly Fontes. Alba Cecilia Garcia Ramirez. Okay. Nadir Galiev. Tamara Hansen. Litz Lubin Boris Osipov. Alexandra Robb Chantel Tang. Amanda Trevisono, Caitlin Wong. And lastly, for qualifying year, Claudia Varanco.
Brit
Are we ready? Ready, okay.
Brittany Ashimpong and Naza Ahmed. Daniel Baraki and Sua Ben Ramdani. Louisa Berenger Antunes and Avigal Berkovic. Amanda Berlingieri and Emily Berzion. Florence Bouchard and Mara Bouronu. Paige Bauer and Shauna Brown. Cherry Shy? No. Zoe Shabbat. Cherry Shy. Meredith Chambers. Grace Chang, Zizu Chen. Sarah Choi, Darrell Kong O Angtang. Paige Cooper. Alicia Costa da Ponte. Andrea Cote. Alexandra Craig. Chloe Cui. Simon Dang, Stefania Dascalescu. Norina Das. Mary Michelle David. Diana Di Palma. Marina Delicoli and Veronica Deng. Inara Danji. Joanne Dibakto Mabu. Yiming Ding. Florence Dion. Raphael Dupuis. Shai Edery. Emily Ili, Bilal Esawabi, Annabelle Ferlin, Vicky Fiamegas, Elena G, Dakota Goodale, Esther Ha, which is an R. Okay. Okay. Rita Hajami, Young Rock Han, Jinji He, Henriette Hejudas, Lanvi Ho, Sarah Ho, Shaya Jahan, Lloyd Gabriel Jean, Dahlia Johnston, Mark Anti Joseph, Alam Kaluchi, Chloe Karam, Maggie Kolo Contronis, Maya Kowalski and Tomoka Kurita, Man Hua Lee,
Michael Lemire, Ming Ming Lee, Sarah Metellis, Kedja Moore Jean Mardi, Wendy Mew, Louise Munoz, Selena Murdanegam, Kan Na Nguyen and Echo Niu. Kan Niu. Yinka Aluadawi. Stephen Ouellet. Joanna Oyibanji. Rachel Pearson. Marie Perrault. Sa Pham. Jenny Fan. Christy Phoebe and Millie Pinton. Jennifer Quash, Salma Rafaf, Arya Maniar, Alexia Remillard, Brianna Rose, Yael Rosenberg, Allison O'Rourke, Maude Roy, Rose-Marie Roy, Robert Royston, Alexandra Schramm and Elizabeth Segretti. Jaden Shen and Sajid Siddiq. Lakshika Sithivadevelu. Rosalia Sperados. Abir Sud. Yang Xian. Isabel Tong. Brooke Turner. Christine Vo and Emily Wang. Catherine Warnament. Aaliyah Weeks. Callie Welter. Elise Whitehead. And Samantha Weisenfeld. Marie Ashley Yakapin. Lily Yang. Chen Yao. Jillian Zhang. Gloria Zhang. Hannah Zhang and Jacqueline Zhang. And Ruonin Zhang.
Achni, Gina Achni. May I go? Yes? Gina Achni. Laurie Ainsley Germain. Chloe Alchoron. Gilila Arafen. Alice? No. Najwa Argup. Brittany Armandaris Reyes. Sophie Arsenault. Elisabeth Artenian. Newe Awan Sunita. Yomari Aldoza. Megan Batista. Stéphanie Baudet. Tina Ben Yahya. Mathilda Bernard Labelle. Maud Bernier. Christina Beyor. Sarah Ple. Monica Bonvino. Kayla Botham. Gabrielle Bouffard. Rebecca Boyer. Alicia Camacho. Naomi Carrière. Zachary Carol. Steffi Chan. Gabrielle Chartrand-Reit. Rebecca Chatelain. Diana Chiazis-Cézé. Amanda Cloney. Jennifer Ann Kogen. Ophélie Corifo Granger. Marie-Ève Cousineau. Stéphanie Dade. Julia Dalman. Amanda de Nunzio. Kayla Delia. Sarah Dion-Gagné. Samara Dominique. Kayla Douglas. Hannah Dranfield. Clara Dunigan. Rokaya El Misri. Alexandra Falcone. Lishka Fenelon. Taylor Ferry. Okay. Alexandra Fomin. Sarah. Emma. Emma Fortin Pouliot. Laurilijn Franqueur. Estella Bich Froe. Bilal Elahi Kahia. Naomi Kamondeel. Sandrine Garcia Mikdiarmit. Yes, it's fresh. That's fine. Perfect. Audrey Coudreau. Alan Gomez. Morgan QY Jutras. Jamie Huben. Sarah Hilal. Janet Ho. Michael Hum. Alexandra Hutskens. Shamas Jebeli. Gabriel Kakos. Vitjushana Kanisamurti. Georgia Kavanagh Sommerere. Stephanie Kerwin. Cecilia Langston Bergman. Who? Who is it? It's okay, I got it. Ah, you got it, okay.
Andrea Mai Latik. Alexia Laftakis. Laura Legault. Lily Lee. Kelly Lioto. Leila Lombardo. Elizabeth McDonald. Karine McGallion. Joshua Mandalonis. Oh, that was bad. Lama Mansour. Dariola Marcelin. Ariane Marcotte. Juliana Martin. Crystal McTork. Courtney Mercier McDonald. Granville II Eric Miller. Sydney Miller. Kristen Monroe Summers. Aya Moore. Courtney Moore. Sarah Moreno. Rashina Matua. Courtney Mayowa. Derek Nguyen. Kalista Natsangwi. Elena Oksenu. Agiaman Opuko. Li Van Wang. Stephanie Oskanian Ravi. What's her first name? Christy Panty. Lisa Paolone. Stephanie Papanokolo-Polos. Daniel Paredes Hernandez. Shivani Patel. Brittany Peng. Kevin Pilon. Luis Petrovsky. Sarah Pisconieri. Lisa? Monica Puedenger. Mary Carolyn Rada. Shannon Robertson. Melanie Rochon. Alyssa Rossell. Maria Ruscio. Anne-Marie Salama Siroska. Cedric Sam Nying. Anissa Sandiford. Tanya Santos. You say Julia? Julia Scholich. Samantha Seltzer. Donna Shafay. Clarence Yap Sia. Alexa Silva. Tanisa Sitham Param. Amy Stiller. Julia Storino. Sarah Sundara. Pearl Ashley Supapo. Andy Trin. Jessica Marie Tunis Barone. Amanda Turner. April Joy Ulanen. Lydia Vasquez. Sophia Vlar. Sorry, Emily Walsh. Valerie Walsh. Sierra Witter. Krista Williams. Shengbo Yu. Eleni Zimiantis. Michaela Zobolas. That's it. You're on stage, Madeline.
Wow. So it was great to see everybody come up, and now we won't do a quiz on everybody's name, but now at least we have faces to names. And so congratulations on that. To those of you joining us through live stream, we hope that you are enjoying our ceremony, and it really is a nice opportunity for our students, families, and friends to participate in the ceremony with us. And we know certainly our international students or students who have family from abroad or outside the province, it's even that much more special. We know last year some families woke up quite early or whatever, depending on the time difference, to participate in the ceremony. So thank you for joining us. So now we'll begin the recitation of the oath, and I will call upon the Alana Bouffard, who is the president of the Nursing Undergraduate Society here in the School of Nursing. And I'll call on Luisa Muscles Perez, who is the president of the Graduate Student Nursing Student Society, the NGSA and the NUS. That's how we usually refer to them. They will each, well, you will join them in reciting the oath, but just a couple of words about the oath. The professionalism oath was introduced into our professionalism ceremony about, I think this is the 5th year that we're doing it. And it came out of the interest actually of our students who wanted to recite something, and they came to us and said, well, can you write us an oath, and then we'll make a statement and declare the oath. And we said, well, the oath is your oath. And so there were several students, undergraduate and graduate nursing students, who participated in that writing committee. And it is your oath as students that you will be reciting, because it was conceived by and written by former students of the program who valued professionalism, and we hope that you will appreciate their words. And I'm sure if you feel that there should be adjustments to the oath, well, it is your oath, and maybe you can add and edit accordingly in the future. So it's a very special token from your classmates, your colleagues. While students are going to be asked to stand and recite the oath, it will be first recited in English, and then we will recite it in French. But faculty members are also encouraged to stand and join in the recitation of the professionalism oath as a reaffirmation of your own commitment to the profession and society. So Alana, please, you'll start with the English version of the oath. These are in your handouts, so you can stand and read accordingly, okay?
Okay. As I begin my journey as a student at the Ingram School of Nursing, I solemnly pledge myself to the service of humanity. I will endeavor to practice my profession with conscience and with dignity. I will promote health for all through the holistic care of individuals, families, and communities, upholding the highest standards of evidence-informed practice. I will strive to embody the art of nursing by recognizing strengths, acting with compassion, wisdom, openness, and presence. I will commit to interdisciplinary collaboration and lifelong learning, building on my foundation of science and taking a leadership role to advance the development of my noble profession. I make these promises freely and upon my honor as I embark on my profession with enthusiasm and with pride.
Okay, ready? À l'aube de mon parcours comme étudiante à l'École des sciences infirmières Ingram, je m'engage solennellement au service de l'humanité. J'aspire à pratiquer ma profession au plus haut de ma conscience et avec dignité. Je m'engage à promouvoir la santé pour tous en assurant d'offrir des soins holistiques aux individus, familles et communautés. Respectant les normes de pratique les plus élevées, j'appuierai mes interventions sur des pratiques exemplaires et des données probantes. J'aspire à incarner l'art infirmier en reconnaissant les forces de chacun et en agissant avec présence, compassion, sagesse, attention et ouverture d'esprit. Je m'engage à collaborer avec mes collègues de toutes les professions et à approfondir mes connaissances scientifiques et mon savoir infirmier. Tout au long de ma carrière, j'exercerai mon leadership afin de contribuer au développement de ma noble profession. Je fais cette promesse sur mon honneur et en toute liberté alors que j'entreprends ma profession avec enthousiasme et fierté.
Thank you, Alana and Louisa. Very well done. Well, we're ahead of the game, so I hope our wine and hors d'oeuvres are all ready. For those of you at home and watching, it's time for you to pour yourself a glass of wine, or maybe a second glass. Tea, coffee, soda, whatever it is that you enjoy, put on some hors d'oeuvres. And for those of you here today, we will be exiting either door, where we'll have a little celebration of, we'll share some hors d'oeuvres and beverages together so that we can get to know you as students, you can get to know us as faculty. So I'd like to thank our speakers, our invited guests. I would like to thank the Nursing Undergraduate Society and the Nursing Graduate Student Society for attending, Mr. Ingram for attending, and we send our regards to Satoko. Anytime. Faculty, and of course, most of all, you as our incoming class. And we wish you all the best in your studies and in your careers as nurses. So let's go celebrate even more.